All right, let's talk about something that's poised to change everything: artificial intelligence and its role in public health. We are right on the edge of moving from a world that reacts to health crises to one that can actually predict them. And honestly, the stakes could not be higher. To really get it, let's start with a scenario that is much, much closer to reality than you might think.
Okay, I want you to picture this. It's just a regular day. A few people are sick, scattered all across a big city. Now, in the past, this was the quiet, almost invisible start of an outbreak, something that could bubble under the surface for weeks before anyone even knew it was happening.
But today, well, the game has completely changed. We now know those first few hours, that first day, is absolutely critical. And this is where AI comes in, basically turning our public health systems into these super-aware lookouts, capable of spotting the tiny signals that we humans would probably miss.
And the difference is just staggering. We're talking about shifting from a response time that used to be measured in weeks all the way down to just a matter of hours. Think about that for a second. Instead of waiting for doctors and labs to file reports and slowly piece together a puzzle, AI is scanning all this real-time data, everything from pharmacy sales to what people are searching for online, and flagging a potential problem almost instantly.
So, you might be asking, why is this massive shift so necessary right now? Well, it's because the whole public health landscape has gotten incredibly complicated, and the tools that work just fine in the 20th century, they're really struggling to keep up with 21st century problems.
I mean, we are facing a perfect storm. Our populations are getting older, dealing with more chronic diseases, the threat of new pandemics feels constant, and we're still battling these stubborn health inequalities that just won't go away. And on top of all that, we're generating this almost unimaginable amount of health data every single day from all kinds of different sources.
And you know, that really brings us to the heart of the matter. The problem isn't that we don't have enough information, it's that we can't make sense of it fast enough. We are literally swimming in a sea of data from electronic health records, from our smartwatches, from genomic sequencing, you name it. A human being, or even a team of them, just can't process all of that fast enough to make the life-saving decisions that are needed.
And this is exactly where AI enters the picture. Look, it's not a magic wand, but it is an incredibly powerful tool. A tool that can finally sift through that flood of data, find the hidden patterns, and turn all that raw information into clear, actionable decisions that people can actually use.
So what's actually in this AI toolkit? Well, its impact really spans the entire public health spectrum. We're talking about everything from the initial surveillance and predicting outbreaks, to creating personalized interventions, and even making healthcare delivery better and discovering new drugs. Let's dig into a couple of these a little bit more. So, first up is disease surveillance. And this completely reframes the whole idea from just passively reporting what's already happened to a proactive early warning system. AI algorithms are basically listening to all that background noise 24/7, trying to find that faint whisper of a new threat before it turns into a full-blown crisis. And the result of all this proactive surveillance? It's a radical squashing of the timeline. Again, we're moving from detection in weeks down to detection in hours. This is that critical head start that lets health officials get out in front of a crisis, send resources where they're needed most, and, save lives before an outbreak can spiral out of control. Okay, next up is this idea called precision public health. For decades, public health campaigns have been super broad, right? Think of those general eat healthy or quit smoking ads. AI lets us get way, way more specific. We can finally move beyond that one-size-fits-all approach and deliver the right message to the right person at exactly the right time. And this isn't just a theory. This is what it looks like in the real world. Creating a risk score for diabetes that's tailored just for you. Crafting health campaigns that actually resonate with a specific community's culture, or even getting a little nudge on your phone for a cancer screening based on your unique health profile. It's all about making preventative health feel more relevant and way more effective for every single one of us. Now, with all of this amazing potential, we have to pump the brakes for a second and do a quick ethical checkup. Because this isn't just about new technology, it's a huge societal shift. And we have to ask some really hard questions about how we're going to use these powerful new tools. And really, this is the central question we have to answer. How do we build a system that's not just powerful, but that's also fair and just and worthy of our trust? Because let's be honest, without that trust, none of these incredible advancements are really going to work. And this brings up some really tough challenges. I mean, obviously, there's data privacy and security. But what about this? What if the data we use to train the AI has our own biases built right into it?
then the AI could actually end up making health disparities worse, not better. And then you've got the black box problem. We have to be able to understand why an AI is making a certain recommendation. And of course, how do our amazing doctors and nurses actually work alongside these new tools?
This has to be our North Star. The ultimate goal, the non-negotiable principle, must be that this technology is a force for closing the gaps in health outcomes, not for making them wider.
Okay, so if we can navigate all those tricky ethical challenges wisely, what does the future actually look like? Let's try and imagine that totally transformed landscape, a future where our whole approach to public health has been fundamentally reimagined.
It's a future that's really defined by these 4 Ps. So, instead of being reactive and just responding to sickness, our health systems become proactive. Instead of just guessing what's next, they become predictive. And instead of being generic and one-size-fits-all, health becomes truly participatory and deeply personalized.
What this means is a future where we can spot pandemics the moment they begin. A future where we can use data to actively find and fix health disparities. Where we can offer every single person preventative support that's tailored just to them. And maybe the coolest part, creating a learning health system that's in this constant cycle of getting smarter and more effective over time.
But let's be absolutely clear about one thing. Even in this super high-tech future, technology is a tool. It assists us, it speeds things up, it gives us new capabilities. But it does not and cannot replace the truly essential human skills of empathy, of critical judgment, of genuine connection with a community. Those will always be at the heart of public health.
So, we'll end on this question. AI isn't some far-off science fiction concept anymore. It's here, and it's already changing our world. The challenge for all of us now isn't if we're going to use it, but whether we're prepared to guide it with the wisdom, the foresight, and the ethical care that it absolutely demands.